Hi, it's Danny. If you're into your pre-1988 classic vehicles, boy, have I got something in store for you. Coming to you from the Deloraine Street Car Show, and what a great event. It's in its third year and it's starting to stamp itself as one of the biggest car shows in Tasmania. Grant Evans, how are you today?
Yeah, no, really good, thanks, mate.
You'd be pretty happy with the turnout, wouldn't you?
Yeah, no, it's been, look, we've got in excess of 2,000 people here today.
Awesome.
We think we've got around about, well, we know we've got about 530 cars, so really it's fantastic turnout, and look at the street there, it's just awesome.
Absolutely packed with people, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, it's fantastic.
Now, what I do like about this, it's pre-1988. That's the stipulation of coming to this event if you want to show your car. Literally hundreds and hundreds of people have pulled their cars out of the shed, and that's the best part about it. It doesn't have to be a show car. It can be a project just in the process as well. Is that right?
Yeah. You know, you can have a project that's half done or whatever, or just your everyday car.
So it's hosted by the Van Diemen Street Rod Club. How can people get involved?
Oh, you know, we're a club that's based in Prospect in Launceston. So if you've got a car like a hot rod or a pre-65 that meets the criteria, then you're able to join the club. We're welcoming all new members. So if anyone's interested in coming along, get on Facebook. You can get our phone contact number. Explain to them what your car is. We can explain what the criteria is, and then they can join the club.
So I have James here. He's got a replica 351 GT XY Falcon here. It's got something pretty special under the hood. We'll tell you more about that a little bit later. But first of all, if this was a genuine 351 GT XY, would you have modified it as much as you have now?
No, definitely not. No.
Definitely not?
No, you lose too much value if you've got the original GT.
But I must say, over the years, there's been a lot of cars that have been butchered like that.
Yeah, there is, but that's people's choice, isn't it?
It is their choice. So tell us a little bit about this car. What's under the bonnet? That's what we want to know.
It's Cleveland, it's a 393 stroker.
Oh, wow.
2V alloy heads with mechanical roller camshaft, roller rockets, Aries pistons.
So it goes like the clappers. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, makes 450 plus horsepower at the rear wheels.
So what do you use this car for? Just for show, or do you drag it, or do you street race it, or what do you do?
No, just show and enjoy it. Take it out for a run on the weekends.
Well, I know he does love it because he's got the polish cloth out here at the moment, constantly going around it at the moment. Yeah, but this is a fine example of a car, and congratulations. It looks fantastic.
Well,
and it's a bit of a crowd pleaser today too, isn't it?
It seems to be. Yeah, there's a bit of a crowd around it all day.
Well done. So we're in Jeff's 1960 Ford Zephyr. How are you today, Jeff?
Not bad, thanks, mate.
What a great example of a pre-1988 car here at the Deloraine Street Car Show. Tell us a little bit of history about this car, Jeff.
Well, I've only had it 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Went up to Bateman's Bay and bought it. Yeah, done a few alterations, improved it a little bit since I've had it, but pretty much I drive it every week.
So is this a dream that you've always wanted a car like this?
I was in New Zealand for 22 years shearing sheep, and I was shearing them, not shearing them, like over there. And I could only afford the poor man's Zephyr over there, so I had the Mark 1 and Mark 2 consoles, which are the 4 cylinders.
Yep.
Because the Mark 2 Zephyr was a rich man's car, so I've always liked them, the shape, and so I bought my dream.
And I noticed you got a bit of a foxtail here hanging off the rear vision mirror. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, in the 60s everyone had foxtails on their aerials.
Yeah, right.
But someone will pinch it, so I got it on the mirror.
So why did they have foxtails on them?
Oh, it was just a thing.
Yeah, right.
It's like with the cigarettes under your sleeve.
Ah, yeah. It was the in thing. It was cool.
It's like tooth out for dipstick.
Yeah.
Lower door handles to make them go better and what else.
So one thing I do like about these cars, Jeff, is the fact they've got character. So what sort of response do you get from the average Joe Blow when you pull up at the local service station? What do they say about your car?
Oh, there's an amount of interest here today, all the car shows. People love it.
They do.
It's the only Zephyr here.
Yeah.
At most car shows, it's the only Zephyr. And people love it because they always... Dad had one, my sister had one, someone always had one, they know.
Well, thank you so much, Jeff, for taking the time out to chat to me today.
Thank you very much.
us here. He's the owner of this mighty fine XE Falcon, is that right?
That's correct, 84.
Yeah, this is a great vehicle, and would still be a fair few of these around in people's sheds at home, wouldn't there?
They'll be laying around somewhere, but I mean, a lot have been lost now.
Yeah.
When the scrap metal business went high, and everybody scrapped them, but they're very hard to find.
They are.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit of a story about this one.
I've had this car for around 8 years.
Yeah. Was it in the family, was it? Or?
No, I bought it off a friend of mine.
Oh, cool.
And, it was a bit sad in the place. There was rust in it, and we fixed all the rust. And
so you got a new paint job?
No, only the bonnet, boot, and the rear quarters.
Really?
Have been painted. The rest is original paint. So.
And of course, you've replaced the wheels with a set of Simmons wheels.
Simmons 3-piece wheels. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what's under the bonnet?
256.
Yeah, awesome.
4-speed manual factory.
It's a pretty fine example, I must admit.
It was built August 84, so it's one of the last.
Yeah, right.
Last of the XE. So.
And it's the love of your life, isn't it?
It is. It is. Yeah, it's a great car. I enjoy driving.
So cars do become a family affair, don't they? And you mentioned you like going out for the Sunday drive with the wife.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, I mean, she's we're in the classic Ford Club in Hobart.
Yeah.
And we're a statewide club.
Yeah.
And it's a family orientated club.
And that's what I like about cars. They've got that common thing where you can talk about it to other people. They know what you're talking about. It gets everybody out and about. They talk about the like-minded things, and just have a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, my son, he's owns a Les Corp behind us there.
Oh, awesome, great car. I love them.
So he's a member of the club too, and my wife's associate member because she's on the committee. But we've got guys from 17 to 90 plus actually in the club. So.
And it's keeping these old cars alive, isn't it? And do you think that in another, say, 30 years, we're going to be able to say things like, I've got a really good Hyundai in the shed that I'm currently doing up at the moment, and on a quiet day you can hear the plastic melting?
I don't think those days will ever come where the modern cars will become of that type of car will be disposable.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they'll, and they haven't got the same charisma.
They haven't.
What these old cars have.
Because look at them.
Yeah.
They're beautiful. I try to tell my wife this. I've got 3 cars at the moment. She's always telling me, you don't need another car. I said, I do.
And it's Aussie.
It's Aussie. I'm just loving this car show today. In fact, I was strolling along and something caught my eye. It was a little Mini. It's a beautiful little Mini. I ran into Mark and he's got a real story to tell about this Mini because it's actually in a bit of a disguise, isn't it? Tell us more.
It's a Rover Mini, so it's a late model 1996.
1996. Now, I thought this was either 72 or 74, but I was blinded by a bit of trickery. So Mark tells me it shouldn't really be here, but why not? It's the
old body shell.
It's the old body shell. So now there is a bit of a story about this.
So basically, Minis were just about folded up, but BMW had got the rights.
Yes.
But they wanted to keep production going, and whole Mini production carried on when Rover owned it because of the Japanese market.
Yeah, okay. So
sold more cars and made more money to Japan.
So it's actually a Japanese vehicle.
This is a Japanese
There you
vehicle.
go.
So it came with fuel injection,
Wow.
air conditioning, leather seats, alloy wheels, everything, because the Japanese market wanted top of the range.
They didn't have all that back in 1972. I think they had a push start ignition on the floor. I think they had.
But
didn't
it's
they?
still only got 4 gears.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
And instead of having a distributor that gets wet in the front and breaks down, it has a computer in the front that breaks down.
But that ruins it, doesn't it? Computer. The rest of these cars around here have got computers in them, Mark.
Yeah.
One of your favourites right here.
Yeah, no, this I think is an XC Ute. It's owned by one of our members, David Sheriff. It's got a 302 motor in it. It's got a twin turbo there. It's putting out about 900 Newton metres of torque, so it's really quite an impressive car. This car was owned by David's brother, Austin. He passed away some years ago.
Yep.
David bought it off his son, and Simon Sheriff and David did all the work in this car. And put that motor in it, so it's really a fantastic car.
I'm here with Warren Scales at the moment. He's got a beast of a machine here. It's a 1968 Ford Cortina. Tell us a little bit about it, Warren.
The vehicle is a replica Lotus Cortina.
Wow.
As raced by Alaman Racing in the United Kingdom.
Yep.
The engine is a 1600 cross-flow, which has been highly modified to Lotus specifications.
Yeah, right.
Running twin weavers, lightweight flywheel, a lot of headwork, forward to 1760, so it does perform quite well.
But you've modified it to race.
Yes, I've modified it to use, basically it was going to be a target car to start with.
Oh, okay.
That's why I built it, but
Yeah.
I went too far and decided I would rather keep it as a road car.
So what race class is this?
Well, racing, if you want to call it a Group N,
Yes.
which is historic racing class.
Yep. And when do you race those? What sort of tracks?
Well, it would have been, could have been used at Simmons Plains or
Yes.
Baskerville.
Oh, okay.
With a few more modifications.
So is this your favourite type of car, is it? Or have you got
Yes,
something that you've always wanted?
Well, I originally bought one brand new back in 1968
Yeah.
from Jackson Ford in Launceston.
Right.
I also have a GT.
Now
Mark
they are
II,
rare. They are very
and
rare.
that is the same year as a Series 1. It's
Yeah,
got
right.
different dash and that, but that's a very good road car.
So you're pretty passionate about your cars, Warren?
Yes.
You do love them?
This started life
Yeah.
as an $80 body.
Jeez. You've done a lot of work to it.
Yes, and I picked it up in Hobart and it's been a lot of work and a lot of money being put into it.
Well, it's a pretty good example of a pre-1988 car here at the Deloraine Street Car Show. Thank you so much for spending some time today, Warren, talking
Pleasure,
about
Danny.
your classic car.
Pleasure.
Well, Grant, it is an awesome event, and congratulations to yourself and the Van Diemen Street Rod Club for putting on a great event. We're in Deloraine, northern Tasmania in Australia, so if you're touring anywhere, make sure you drop down next year because the next event's going to be bigger than better than ever, and I suggest that you come down. So if you like what you're seeing here, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Bidding you farewell from Deloraine.